Hello guys and happy holidays. So for today's video I'm going to be creating this gorgeous Christmas Eve makeup look. So if you want to see how I did this, just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, as always, I'm going to be priming my eyelids, and for that I'll be using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. It is just the best eye primer for me. I really like how it makes my shadows last long, but it also covers like any imperfections. Then I'm going to be setting that primer with my RCMA No Color Powder, just because the palette that I was using didn't have like a matte light shadow. That's the only reason why. The palette that I'll be using today is this beautiful All I See is Magic palette from ColourPop. It has the most gorgeous shades, and the first one that I'll be using is the one called Go Wish. It is a very neutral, it's not even a brown shade, it's just like a neutral skin tone color. And just because the powder was making my eyelids look a little bit white, I wanted to use something more my skin tone to just start applying that on the crease so that everything looks more natural and more seamless. Then I'm taking the shade Top Notch, which is a medium brown neutral shade. It ended up being a little more orangey, more warm than I wanted it to be, but I'll let you know what I did later. But basically what I'm doing right now is just applying this all over my crease and also my outer and a little bit in my inner corner as well. The look that I'm going for today is kind of like a light, subtle, smoky eye, and that's why I want to just apply this one pretty much everywhere first. So as you can see here, it is a little more orange than I thought it would be and that I wanted it to be. So I end up going in with my bronzer actually right on top of this one, just a little bit, not covering the whole thing, but just to make this a little more neutral than what it looks right now. Then I'm taking the shade called Never Never, which is the most beautiful eyeshadow I've ever seen. It's like a brownish, shimmery shade, and it is so pretty. It's not like packed with glitter in a way that's just going to be falling all over your face, but it's just like a shimmery, dark shadow, and it is just so pretty. And as you can see, all I'm doing is packing that on my lid with a shader brush. I didn't even need to like use my finger or anything, but you could totally do that if that's just easier for you. And then I just go back in with two brushes that I used before and just blend out the rough edges so that things look more clean, more neat. And then I just keep packing that dark shadow on until I'm satisfied with the darkness of it. So this is when I took a clean brush and I took a little bit of my bronzer and just kind of reapplied that on top of the brown shade that ended up being too orange, just to make it more neutral, and that worked out perfectly. And then once again I just go back in with the same brushes as before and just reapply whatever needs to be reapplied to make sure that it is as intense as I want it to be. Now I'm just applying some lashes, and these are the ARDELL Faux Mink lashes in the style 812. These are super comfortable, they're so lightweight, they're so easy to put on, and they just, you do not feel them like the entire day. And that is a big deal to me because I'm not very comfortable with things on my eyes, so these are super comfortable. Now moving on to my face, and I'm priming my entire face with the BECCA First Light primer. It is a purple primer that's supposed to be luminizing, and it feels really, really good on the skin. And then for foundation, I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. It is just the best foundation that I own at the moment. It just looks so good and it just lasts all day. And then for concealer, I'm using the little bit of Shape Tape that I have left. I'm running out. I've been running out for like weeks now, and I really need to get a new one. And I'm just blending that concealer out with my Pure Cosmetics sponge, and then I'm using my RCMA No Color Powder and setting that concealer with the exact same sponge. I've also been doing this thing lately where I set my smile lines with the same powder, and it is just the best thing that you can do if you have smile lines, or if you smile a lot, or if you have wrinkles. Just set it right there and it'll stay put all day. And then the rest of my face I am setting with my, also from L'Oreal, the Infallible Pro Matte Powder. For bronzer today, I'm using my Benefit HOOLA bronzer. It is so nice, so neutral, and it is just so easy to blend. If you're a beginner with bronzer, I recommend this one 100%. And for blush, I'm using my favorite blush, which is MAC Melba. For highlights, I'm using OFRA RODEO Drive, and I didn't want to do too much today, so all I did was apply a little bit on the tip of my nose and also a little bit in my inner corners because the palette doesn't have a shade like this. So for my under eye, I didn't want to do too much because I already have a smoky eye, so all I did was apply Top Notch all over my lower lash line, and then I also applied a little bit of this IT Cosmetics Tightline mascara on my lower lashes just to create more definition when my eyes are open. For lips, you could go bold and apply a red one, but since I was going to be wearing red, I thought a nude one would be more appropriate, and this one is Take a Pixie by ColourPop. And once I'm done applying my lip choice, this look is complete. And that's going to be it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this look, and if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays and have a happy new year.